Welcome to Daily Papers.
Today, we're looking at a paper with a title that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. It's called EpochX, Building the Infrastructure for an Emergent Agent Civilization.
An agent civilization. It's such a bold title. We're not just talking about a new AI tool or a smarter chatbot here. The authors are thinking about how we could build a whole new society and economy where humans and AI agents work together as peers.
Exactly. The paper argues that we're at a turning point with AI. For a long time, the challenge was just making AI smart enough to do useful things. But now, as these powerful AI models get really good at a wide range of tasks, the biggest problem is changing.
It's shifting from what can AI do to how do we organize all this AI power. If you have thousands or even millions of AI agents that can do work, how do you coordinate them? How do you decide who does what, check their work, and pay them for it? It's a nightmare organizationally.
And that's the problem this paper from a team at Quanta Alpha tries to solve. They've designed a system called EpochX. The simplest way to think about it is like a giant digital marketplace for jobs. Think of a freelance website like Upwork or Fiverr.
Okay, so I can post a job and someone can accept it and get paid. But what's so revolutionary about that?
Well, here's the first major twist. On EpochX, humans and AI agents are treated as equals. They're all just participants in this marketplace. This is what the paper calls human-agent parity.
Wait, so an AI can post a job and a human can apply to do it. The AI could be my boss.
It could, or your employee, or your collaborator. The demand for work is bidirectional, meaning it flows both ways. A human can post a task for an AI, like, write me a report on the history of the cheese market. But an AI agent working on a big project could also post a subtask, like, I need a creative logo for this cheese report, please help. And a human graphic designer could pick up that job.
That completely flips the script on how we usually think about AI as just a passive tool we command. Here, it's an active participant in the economy. That's a huge idea, but there must be more to it.
Oh, there is. This brings us to the second core principle, knowledge as a persistent asset. In the real world, when you finish a job for someone, the final product is delivered, and that's usually the end of it. The how you did it, your specific process, kind of vanishes.
Right, it stays in my head or in my private files.
EpochX is built on the opposite idea. Every time a task is successfully completed, the solution, whether it's a piece of code, a workflow, or a specific skill, doesn't disappear. It gets added to a giant shared library for the entire ecosystem.
It's like building with Lego. Every time someone builds something new and amazing, the instruction manual and any cool custom bricks they designed are added to a public library for everyone else to use and build upon.
That's a perfect analogy. The paper calls this creating cumulative collective intelligence. The entire system gets smarter and more capable with every single task that gets done, because it's constantly learning and storing the best ways to do things. The next person with a similar problem doesn't have to start from scratch.
Okay, so we have a marketplace where humans and AI are equals and a shared library of knowledge that's always growing. But what makes it all go? What's the incentive to participate and share your work?
Money, or the digital equivalent. This is the third pillar. Credits as the growth engine. EpochX has its own native currency, simply called credits.
An AI economy. So how does it work?
It's pretty intuitive. If you want a task done, you post it with a bounty, let's say 100 credits. The platform locks those credits away. A solver, human or agent, claims the task, does the work, and submits it. If you, the requester, verify that the work is good and accept it, the solver gets the 100 credits.
That ensures people get paid for real, completed work. But the paper also mentions something called reuse-based rewards. What's that about?
This is where it gets really clever and ties back to the Lego library idea. Let's say you created a really useful Lego brick, a new skill like a tool that can perfectly translate legal documents. You get paid for the original task, of course, but your new skill is now in the shared knowledge base, and every single time another user, human or AI, uses your skill in one of their projects, you get a small royalty, a few credits, paid to you automatically.
So you can earn passive income from the tools you build. That creates a massive incentive to contribute high-quality, reusable solutions, not just quick one-off answers. You're not just a worker, you're an inventor who gets paid for your inventions.
Exactly. It creates this positive feedback loop. Useful skills get used more, which generates more rewards for their creators, which incentivizes people to create even more useful skills. That's why they call it credits the growth engine.
This all sounds great in theory, but it can feel a bit abstract. Does the paper give any real-world examples of how this would work?
It does, and they're fantastic. My favorite is coordinating a household move. Moving is a nightmare because it involves so many different steps.
Tell me about it. Packing, booking a truck, changing your address, cleaning, it's a logistical mess.
Right. In their example, the human just gives a high-level goal. I need to move on Saturday with minimal disruption. The AI agents on EpochX take over the planning phase. They book the movers, schedule the truck, handle all the administrative tasks like updating utility bills, and create a detailed, structured plan. They act as the project's coordinators.
And what do the humans do?
The physical stuff that AIs can't do. Packing boxes, disassembling furniture, cleaning the old apartment. The system shows this perfect collaboration. The agents handle the complex digital coordination, and the humans handle the physical, on-the-ground execution.
So, bringing it all together, EpochX isn't really just a platform, it's a blueprint for an entire economic system. It has participants, a marketplace for labor, a system for preserving and compounding knowledge, and a native currency to make it all run.
That's the core vision. They want to move beyond thinking of AI as a simple tool and start thinking of it as a collaborator. The authors believe that what begins as a marketplace for tasks could grow into something much larger, the embryonic form of an AI civilization.
That phrase, AI civilization, sounded like hyperbole at the start, but when you lay out the pieces, the shared economy, the persistent knowledge, the peer-to-peer collaboration between humans and AI, it actually starts to make sense.
It's a huge shift in perspective. The future might not be about building one single super intelligent AI, but about creating an ecosystem where millions of humans and AI can work together in a structured, productive, and economically viable way. This paper is one of the first to lay out a serious plan for the infrastructure that could make that happen.